Some epic treasures were found today. Stay tuned. Good early morning, everybody. It's about 5 a.m. right now. We are leaving Las Vegas, heading out into the desert. Monsoon, as you can see, so I'm gonna be in more danger than my wife would like with all the torrential downpours that hit these mountains in here. So I have found a really cool fracture field. And in this fracture field, I decided to start digging down. And for you that don't know, a fracture field is just something I've made up. An area that I come across where there's petrified wood, but little fragments, but thousands of little pieces of petrified wood. So I decided to start digging down in one of those areas. And I ended up coming across a log. So I just want to expose it and see just how big this thing is. It's been buried for hundreds of millions of years. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like. So let's go ahead, join me on my dig, and let's see just how big this thing is going to be. Making progress. 5:25. Finally on site, Saturday morning. All right, no work, all play today. It's gonna be nice. We have a big monsoon storm that has rolled in, so I'm gonna be bailing pretty quick if they start to release some water. But we are on site. We're gonna go ahead and start hiking up this area. We're gonna be up there by the face up there, and that's where I have found a fracture field and started digging a little bit and found a petrified log. So we're gonna go up there, continue the dig. I'll only be able to do it for about 2 or 3 hours. You can see the sun is trying its best to break through those clouds. Once it does, forecast says about 108 today. So yeehaw, 108 and humid. Let's get on. Let's start hiking and get our ROCKHOUND treasure hunt Saturday morning started. This is going to be really, really cool. We are getting closer. It's a slow-moving operation. You know, terrain is terrible at best. Early morning, it's about 90 degrees right now, so snakes are a major danger right now. So it's a really slow walk, but we're moving, getting right up there. Check out this terrain. I am almost there. It's quite a hike trying to get up this trail. You know, I'm surprised that I had found this. I mean, this is like hitting a lottery, I guess. Not as in like value wise, but more odds wise. Like, I'm really hiked up into this area to really be able to find something like this is remarkable. All right, a little bit further. Whee! See, you can hear it, but you can't see me almost falling. You can hear me almost falling. All right, we are approaching. And check this out. You see all this dirt here with all the petrified wood in it? It's all the little fragments from the fracture field. See all of those petrified wood fragments in there? I mean, they're everywhere. All that stuff, all that redder color. Petrified wood. So, check this out. This is what we found. This is what we started digging and we found. A big chunk of petrified wood. Isn't that outstanding? You can see like this right here is part of the petrified wood. I can't tell if that's the top of it right there or if that's a cavity where the other part of the log would be right here and this is like rotted out or fractured out, and that's what all this fracture field's from. Or if the fracture field from this part at one point had protruded out of the earth and it just fractured apart right here, and then this is what's below. I know of at least 4 other fracture fields out here that I have found that I have not started to dig down to find anything. This just shows me that there's something here. And you can see like in this area right here, that's all petrified wood right there. So I think that is part of this. Woohoo! Walking backwards on a cliff. Good idea. So I think that part of a log right there and that are one. And all this is all rotted out and been broken out. So I'm just gonna dig around it and see how much of it I can expose. I'm just curious to what this thing looks like before it goes into that. So I want you guys to be a part of this and enjoy the show. I'll bring it to you stage by stage. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna get some tools out and then just start to clean out this area that had flooded out with dirt after the last rainstorm last night and the night before. All right, let's get started on this rockhound treasure hunt. All right, check it out, check it out. This is about an hour and a half into it. You can see how much further I got back on this. That's just a giant log. Everything you see there, that's part of the log right there, and then it goes back into the earth right there. Let me see if I can get down this ledge right here that I'm on. See if I can back up a little bit. Get you a better view of where this log is going. All right, see it? That's the mountain right there. And there's a log. It's going into the earth. See the sandstone? All the sandstone here, and then it turns to like a darker, dark red, maroon, purple sandstone. It's kind of piercing upwards out of the earth. There's a side of it right here. And then you have that huge log. I'll give you I have a 22-ounce rock hammer. I laid my rock hammer down right there. If you guys rock hounders, you know how big a 22-ounce rock hammer is. So that's like in the center of it. That's how big that log is. The southern Nevada desert, nothing but cactus and little tiny desert plants now. For something that big to have existed, obviously this had to have been a little mini forest of some sort. But check that out. And then when doing a dig like this, you start with a rock hammer. You remove all the top soil, and then it ends up being from a dig to an archaeological dig, to where you end up using a brush and you just kind of go through and uncover everything little by little. I didn't come out here today to continue this dig thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna see how much I can uncover, break off as big of a chunk as I can manage to roll down the hill. That's not the plan at all. My plan is I'm having a blast just uncovering this thing, just to see what it looks like, you know. That's my goal. I just want to check this thing out. So far it's an awesome find. It's getting hot, even though it's way overcast. It did start sprinkling on me, but it stopped, so I didn't worry too much. But it is monsoon season, and at any time these things can unload, and that would just flood out here, and I would probably be trapped for a while. So let me do a quick spray down of this thing so we can see some colors come out of it, and then we'll go ahead and call it a day. We'll return next weekend and continue the dig and see if we can uncover more. You can see this is the sandstone all around it. This break off a chunk here. Real hard sandstone that is encasing this piece of petrified, this log of petrified wood. You can see the sandstone right here, right? And then the log starts, and then it's just all around it. See the sandstone right there, and it's you can see all the petrified wood. It's all crystallized in here. If the sun was out right now, you would see this thing blinging all over. All in here is all crystallized. All in here is crystallized. Big chunks of crystallized petrified wood. It's like right here. Some loose stuff right here. It just crumbles. It's so dry. Like the sun's not out right now, but if it was, you'd see this stuff blinging right now. I'm gonna take some fragments like this home. I'll get them cleaned up, and then we will show you what they look like cleaned up, how crystallized they are. And I'm just gonna leave this big bad boy here when I'm done uncovering as much as I can. And it'll just be my little secret and one of my many spots out here in the southern Nevada desert. All right, let me get my spray ball out and get this sprayed down a little bit. We can see how colorful it is. All right, got my spray bottle out. I don't know if on video the audio will come out, but there's every few minutes there's around 5 to 10 bees swarming around me, almost landing on me. And I know there's killer bees out here. So I'm really trying to avoid getting stung by one, because that'll trigger a mass attack. And I got quite a hike out of here to get all the way down to my vehicle with a hive of killer bees on me. Dang, sorry for all the movement, but these bees are attacking. Let me get this sprayed off. You might see them flying around in front of the camera, but let's see how colorful this thing is. Let's just see the beauty of it. Look at it, I'll just pan back a little bit and just mist in there and let the droplets land on it and change its color for us. Very cool. Very, very pretty. They're attacking. You see all the bees in there? See them right there? I'll be quiet so you can hear them. Ooh, you know what it is? I sprayed all this water on this log, and the bees are freaking dying of thirst. So they're swarming on the water. That's freaking cool. I hope I don't spray one directly and it gets all upset with me. But I think that's what's going on. They like the water. Check this out. Okay. I'm a nature guy in a way. I had my days when I killed for no reason. Let's give them a pull. I'm leaving for the day. I don't need this bottle of water no more. I'm gonna come back and continue digging. let's give these bees some water. Hopefully this stays a little pool for a while for them, a couple hours before it's all gone and evaporated or absorbed. Check it out. The bees already landing. Where's he at? He's right there. See him drinking up some water? See the little bee? Look at his buddies. Oh no, it landed on my finger. Get off of me. But hear him? Check that out. This went from a rockhound treasure hunt, archaeological petrified log dig, to a National Geographic killer bee. Check that out. These little bees. I'm not afraid of bees. I swell up like most people when you get stung, but I don't almost die and need the hospital. I know if one of these guys stings me, if these are killer bees, I am screwed if I get stung. So, with that said, I'm gonna call it a day. That's kind of cool. Okay, I'm hot. I'm tired. This was a fun day, real fun. It's like 8 in the morning, 8 a.m. and it feels like I've already had a full day. And we hike out of here, guys. Saturday morning for me. I don't know by the time you guys see this what it'll be for you, but happy weekend. Have a good week. I'm gonna hike on out of here. Happy treasure hunting, guys. Get out there, explore, find your own treasures. I just hiked out the desert and found mine. Woo, another bee. All right, guys. Have a good one. That was an absolutely amazing day today. I've never got to dig up anything quite like that before. It's gonna be a work in progress for a while, I'm sure. It's slow moving. These are a few of the items that I have gotten out of there while trying to uncover it. These are petrified wood pieces that are just covered in druzy quartz crystals all over, from very minute crystals. It just dazzles, like they're so beautiful, and it's just covered, to medium crystals. Look at that. Amazing. Just covered in these druzy quartz crystals, smoky, white, red, and then we have this beauty. Just look at her. It is nothing but druzy quartz all throughout. These have been soaked for several hours in soapy water and then scrubbed them with soft toothbrushes until there was nothing but soapy water and suds coming off of them, no more color. So let's get a closer look at these crystals and show you just how cool they are under the microscope. Just amazing. Druzy quartz all over these pieces. And these are some of the best pieces that I got out today. Like I said, it was not a mission for material, it was just a mission for an exposure. I wanted to see what this thing's going to look like. And I could not leave these epic pieces behind once I uncovered them. So let's get in close under a microscope. Let's see what this one looks like right here. I think that'll be the best candidate for the scope. Let's get in there. Alright, let's see what she looks like under 10 power. Let's start with 10 power. And just look at all the different colors of druzy quartz crystals. You'll see the druzy quartz crystals, they're not like a specific shape of a crystal continuous throughout. You'll have different shaped crystals. would be the druzy quartz. But look at all the different colors. You have grays, whites, pinks. In some areas there's reds, dark reds, and they even get so dark of a red that it's like a maroon to a purple color. But just absolutely beautiful. This thing is just entirely crystallized. Remarkable. Let's get a little closer. Let's go from 10 power. Let's dive into 40 power. Alright, 40 power. You know, the more I zoom in with the microscope, the more enhanced the bounce is, the vibration from my heartbeat and whatnot. Look at that. The colors, just amazing. This thing's got so much druzy quartz all over it. It's just absolutely beautiful. And then when you see all the angles of the crystals, reflecting light, right there, like that's a good example right there. You see all the bright spots is just the different angles of crystals reflecting light. Which gives you the bling. Moved around, the different angles of the crystals reflect light at different degrees, giving you the bling. Get all the different crystals, all the different shapes. They're just beautiful quartz crystals. Beautiful. Zoom back out. That was awesome. You know what I want to see? Let's look at these dark druzy quartz crystals here. I'm curious to see if those are black or dark maroon. Let's get in there real quick. Alright, 40 power on this area of druzy quartz crystals. It almost looks black. It's so dark. So this is hard for me to say because you have like the pinkish and white druzy quartz coming in here. So now is that black druzy quartz, or is that going into like a maroon color? Let's dive in a little closer, see if that'll help. Alright, we're in at 50 power now. Wow, it looks like they're black. Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Alright, let's back out. Absolutely beautiful. I love taking a microscope to pieces. You can just see so much more detail. You get so much more information out of your pieces. When they're crystallized with druzy quartz crystals, all these different colors all over it, you can stare into the microscope forever until your eyes fall out, you know. But I mean, just look at it. I mean, like, I can't put a value on something like this. It's just awesome. Like, I couldn't get rid of something like this. It's a rare find, that's for sure. How many of you have found something this cool? I mean, I've seen a lot of your videos. A lot of you have found things cooler than this, you know, but for me, this is pretty cool. I'm going to continue the dig, see how much more I can expose, how many more treasures it reveals. Guys, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.